Okay, y'all. Hi. Ruth, let me know when you're here. Trying to set up my camera. Ruth, are you here? You guys, I don't know why I was trying to set it up on my computer because then I can type in the chat. But it wasn't working. So I don't know what's going on. I gotta take like a little 101 course on how to go live. But these are gonna be quantum energy healing sessions for 20 minutes. They're really powerful healings. Hi, Mariah. Crystal, yay! Perfect. Ruth, I hope you can get in here. She's going to be first. If anyone has any interest in getting a quantum energy healing session, it's 20 minutes for $44, and we can really shift and move some energy quickly. It's really powerful. I'm really excited to be here. Okay, so Ruth is first. Ruth, let me know when you're here. Here. Also, I need to secure my phone better. There we go. Okay. Okay. Shoot. I'm going to pause this for just a moment to make sure, because I already have someone that paid, so I want to make sure that she's present when I start working. Yay, Mariah. Yeah. You know, it blows my mind still every time, literally. I'm going to post a video today. The message that wants to come through is on surrender. Because a lot of the time for us, especially if you are more, what's the word? Like a light worker, we have what wants to come through us as us being the divine channel. And there's an act of surrender to that. I saw a video my friend sent me recently of this guy, and he was like, I had to surrender what wanted to come through me, and my ego would have never signed up for it. My ego would have never done it. And if now his business brings in that he surrendered to, it's bringing in $100,000 a month. He's able to help people with that money. It's very wild when you allow and surrender to that, because for me, I was holding back on channeling Mary Magdalene, and that's been a wild experience. I'm supposed to do that, and allowing it to channel through has been such an experience. And then now allowing the quantum energy healings to come through and expand and grow into group sessions. So yeah. So allowing. There is a group quantum energy healing session tomorrow at 12 p.m. Tomorrow the 18th at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. And that'll be at $33. And yeah, I'm excited. I've done a little bit of practice with group, and it's unknown universe, surrendering to what is coming through you. A month. What did I say about a month? I don't know. I do quantum energy healing sessions. So this is going to be a live quantum energy healing sessions. I already have one booked. I'm waiting for that person to get in here. And then if you're interested, it's oh, a month for $100,000. Yeah. Okay, right? When you really do surrender to the work you're meant to do for the universe, God, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, that alignment of abundance just flows, period. You don't get it. I do quantum energy healing sessions. So it's kind of like Reiki, but not quite. Tap into the quantum energy field. And I feel where there's resistance for the client or the collective that I'm working on. And Sometimes it'll be an issue of God, an issue of self, an issue of other. It can be on a mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, or physical level. There can be trauma held in the body, past life memories, parallel lifetime memories, hooking into the now. It can be lots of different things. So, yeah, maybe you'll just stick around and see what it looks like. Mary Magdalene, that's how you stuck out to me when I found you initially. I had just started a book. I'm blanking out the title, but it was her remembering her soul contract then and almost immediately. You. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, it's been such a process of allowing that to come through. I think I've mentioned it before on my videos, but when I surrendered to her channeling, my first video got 10,000 views, and I had been posting on YouTube trying to build my community, and I was like, what? Just so wild. Is it related to stars, zodiac signs, and energy and those stuff? I don't know. That sounds like spirituality, so kind of. It's the quantum field. It's everything. If you have studied quantum physics, like everything is happening now. So it's energies that are stuck in different places that are affecting you now. I have client testimonials that are pretty wild. I don't fully understand how it works. It's channeled information that comes through, and it works. Oh man, Ruth, are you here? Hold on. Poem Hospital. Okay, I am gonna start for Ruth. It's like quantum healing hypnosis, but Jodi does all the work herself and in a very easy way. Yeah, it's really easy for me. It just channels through, it just flows through. I'm not trying to think about it. I'm not trying to figure out. I can feel in my body where there's stuck energy, and I move through, hear, see images of what to do, where to go, and share that with the client. And yeah. Hey, love you. Thank you. Okay, Ruth, are you here? Ruth is our first quantum energy healing session. I remember Union, the story of Mary Magdalene. That's the book. Oh, okay. I don't believe in these myths. Maybe just actual and practical motivation to do some real results. Good for you, dude. Like, literally, there's no one way for everyone. So if this doesn't work for you, it's not a problem. You can just move along and go find what works for you. I would be silly to say that there's one way for everyone, because that's just not true. There's many ways to find truth and healing. Okay. I really want Ruth to get in here. Go somewhere else. I found you through random synchronicities and love you and your shared experiences in channeling. Thank you so much. I love you guys too. Yeah, it's like when people come at me with like, I don't believe in that, I'm like, that's totally fine. You're good. Like I don't believe in some things in our reality that some people definitely believe in, and that's part of this human experience. We all have our internal guidance system that is leading us to what resonates. And that is part of this mission of being a human in life, is following that internal guidance system. That's the book I mentioned a moment ago. You might have missed my comment, but that's what pulled my focus to you. I've just recently started following you, and after a huge shift in my life. Oh, perfect. Amazing. Amazing, Mariah. Mariah. Yeah, and my prayer and my intention that I put out daily into the quantum field is that the people that I am meant to work with in the quantum field, even if it's just like you saw my video and what channeled through me is inspirational to you, that's us working together. It doesn't have to be a session, but it's whatever resonates for you. Okay, Ruth, are you here? I really hope you're here because I want to get started. Yay, I'm so glad you love it. Mariah, if you feel called, I have the quantum energy healing session tomorrow. It's $33. I'm hearing that there's going to be a meditation, channeled meditation also through it. And then it's going to be a group quantum energy healing session on releasing fear. So I'm going to have a chat like this, and it's going to be on Zoom because all of my sessions are on Zoom or remote like this. Man, I really wish that Ruth was here. All right, y'all. Okay, so I'm just going to start as soon as my budget allows. In a week or so, I'm going to. What's the meditation you just mentioned? My screen froze up. So the meditation that I'm talking about is going to be in the group quantum energy healing session tomorrow. And if you want to, okay, thanks for telling me that, Crystal. If you want to be a part of it, or if you want to buy it, you can watch the replay, and when you watch the replay, you're just going to say, yes, I allow this quantum energy healing session to affect my field, heal, release, bring my system to neutral on these issues. And you, like, everything is now in the quantum right now. Right is what I meant to say. So past, present, future, everything is now. So when you hook into watching the replay, you are allowing yourself to have that healing now and just being present for it, feeling the shifts and the energy move. Okay, so I don't know if Ruth is here, but I'm gonna do the live healing for her, and then I'll just send her this so she can watch. It doesn't matter if people are present or not when I do these. You can feel the shifts afterwards. So Ruth wanted to do free fall. Okay. Amazing, thank you. And I'm going to be doing these live quantum energy healings once or twice a week. It depends on what my schedule allows, and it's a way for people to get in at a lower price point and experience just little boosts in energy. So, booking in for a healing session, oh man, I need to, let me open it on my computer and see if I can share it. I have a payment link, so it's, you let me know. It's Jodi Teresa, Jodi Teresa. So Shauna, you would be next if you'd like, because I only have one scheduled for right now. I'm going to take either 3 to 4, so you would be the second, so there would be either 1 or 2 more after that. But it's Jodi Teresa, and that's at Venmo or PayPal and Cash App. So Jodi Teresa, and let me know when you send a payment. I'm reading your Soul Hive. Study from all aspects and do not link fate on energy and entity that cannot be controlled. You must start with yourself. Of course you start with yourself. Of course you do. No one's going to save you but yourself. Yeah. That's cool. You're allowed to think what you think. We all are. And then it gets lighter, like there's less resistance. This comes from Chinese energy medicine, and then it's also some of my own and my teacher's adaptations. So it's connected to the Shaolin monks' understanding of energy, and really tapping into the quantum field. So it is $44, Shauna. So thank you so much for, I wish I could type in the chat here. It doesn't work. Okay, so for Ruth, I'm going to start on Ruth, and I'll be back. Shauna, let me know when you send payment. So removing any and all distorted light frequencies from the quantum field in this now moment and all dimensions, timelines, and spaces. Thank you. Okay, calling in my high self, calling in Ruth's high self. US dollars, Shauna. $44 US. So, Ruth, working on free fall. Okay, so immediately when I feel in on free fall, it is heavy. There's resistance in the chest. So, resistance meaning that there's the system, the energy body is not wanting to free fall. So, is this an issue of God, self, other? It's an issue of self. Is this on a mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, physical? It's all levels. Okay, I just heard control. Is this cellular memories? Yes. Did this start in the womb? Yes. So was there an issue of control with the mother, like the mother actually having control? Yes. The father. A little bit on the father, mostly on the mother. So with this, the mother wanting to control everything in reality. Yes. And then for Ruth, did Ruth absorb this emotional understanding way of being, kind of like imprinting, blueprinting of the self? Yes. So we want to disconnect, release this control that Ruth learned from the mother. Release, forgive, forget. Transmute with the violet flame. Illuminate with Christ-like consciousness. Okay. Okay, for Ruth, absorbing from the mother. Okay. Now, other areas of control. God, self, other. Other. Is this the collective? I get the collective unconscious. You know, there's like fear implants. We want to release, forgive, forget. Fear implants from the collective. Beliefs, belief systems on how to be. That's not practical. That's not logical. That's not realistic, is what I'm hearing on ways of being. Release, forgive, forget. Transmuting with the violet flame. Dissolving with Christ-like consciousness and illuminating with Christ-like consciousness any and all distortions on the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical from all moments in this lifetime, past lifetimes, parallel lifetimes, future lifetimes, and all spaces in between. Now back to the control. We need to clear that from the ancestral line of the mother and the father. Controlling the self, suppressing the self, becoming palatable, people-pleasing, clearing that energetic imprinting, memories, ways of being from the ancestral line of the mother, father, from the cells. Okay. We want to forgive, forget the ancestors. Like, I just got a little sharp pain and I was getting that they just, it's this real urge to just keep the system safe, allow you to, like, in keeping you safe, they want to protect you because they've experienced like drastic persecution for for not controlling, being in a state of control and allowing things to free flow, like free fall, which is where you want to be. We want to forgive, forget, release. Thank you. All right. So Ruth, free fall. Okay. It's feeling a lot lighter, but there's something else here. The ability to free fall. God, self, other. Now I get a little bit on God. And so on the issue of God, it's this is what comes up a lot for clients. It's this externalization of God's source spirit. We are in a quantum field. We are in a quantum reality where we are all fractals of God's source spirit. So now the awareness is there is an over giving of the power to this externalized source guiding you. And we want to forgive, forget, release that externalization of power, and now bring yourself to this awareness of that God's source power is within equally as without. Transmuting all distortion here with the violet flame. Illuminating with Christ-like consciousness. Forgiveness of externalizing source, forgiveness of self. All distortion on the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical releasing. Okay, now let's check that. Control. Yay, it's feeling a lot lighter. God, self, other. A little bit on self and other. So for all of you watching that are wondering, when I start in and something is very heavy, that means there's a lot of resistance. It's like a pattern that you're stuck in, you can't get out of in your lifetime. If you're in like poverty consciousness, or you have an illness that won't go away and you've done everything for, if it's that type of thing, it might be a mental, emotional, something stuck, trauma buried. And then as I move through the different layers, there can be lots of different places that it's stuck. It gets lighter. Right now, Ruth, free fall, feels a lot lighter, but there's still a little something. What I'm hearing right now is that the mind wants to control still. So it's been felt safe in this space of control, because that's where life is predictable, right? When we're in a space of control, when we're free fall, moving with trust, knowing that you have your back first and the universe has your back equally, you know that like you're stepping out and going to be caught in every moment. So we want to release the control in the mind, the ego, the subconscious. So this is in the conscious mind, the subconscious, the subterranean. Releasing, removing all distortion. Illuminating with Christ-like consciousness. Transmuting with the violet flame. I'm getting into psychology here. Over anxiety, over guarding, over grieving. Release, forgive, forget. Okay, so for Ruth, free fall. Control. Trusting, free fall. So when I say trusting, free fall, there's resistance there. God, self, other. This is other. Is this mother, father? This is mother. Is this your energy to your mother, mother to you? So it's your mother's energy to you. We want to unhook this energetic influence. We're going to call forward the soul contract agreement between you and your mother, with where this needing to control, fear of trusting the free fall is like looped in as a example that is locked into your being through this relationship. And I'm seeing it as a nervous system response that your mother hooks into your nervous system subconsciously with this energy because she's worried about you. So we want to call forward the soul contract agreement, dissolve, release, forgive, forget, burning the soul contract, cutting the cords here. Forgive, forget, release. Releasing the distortion here from the mother on the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical. Okay, now your energy to your mother's energy to you. Your energy to your mother, you're kind of expecting this relationship dynamic. I'm going to cleanse, clear, release. I feel some grief in the heart, sadness, despair. Cleansing with the violet flame, illuminating with Christ-like consciousness. Okay, Ruth, trusting the free fall. Okay, I get a little bit on the solar plexus. It's like fear of your own power, embodying your power. Okay, is this God, self, other, level of self? So, fear of embodying your power, illuminating this distortion, transmuting. Are there any entity attachments here? I get a yes. So for anybody watching, entity attachments are soul contract agreements. They are energies that hook into our system that we agree to have a contract with that help anchor in a distorted light matrix frequency, meaning for Ruth right now in her solar plexus, and I'm feeling it in the head right here, it's this distortion of power, inability, victim consciousness, etc. And it works as like this little like voice in the head distortion of like, you can't do that. You're not going to be able to do that. And we all have them. It's very rare for people to not have any entity attachments, and we have the ability to clear them and release them. Okay, so for Ruth in the third chakra here, these entity attachments, do we need to know how many there are? Okay, I get a yes. Are there more than 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, more than 100, 200, 300? So 200, 250, 60, 70, 261, 2, 3. 262 entities here, calling for the soul contract agreements, anchoring in this distorted light matrix frequency, energy, beliefs in the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, physical, releasing, burning these soul contracts, dissolving, cutting the cords. I command you to leave. You're no longer welcome here. We want to lovingly release. Thank you. It is now time for Ruth to embody her sovereignty, power, in this moment, in this now moment, in any and all timelines and spaces. Thank you. Okay. Yay, thanks guys. I'm just seeing if Ruth is here. Ruth, are you here, love? I think we've only been doing like 10 minutes. We have 10 more minutes for you. Free fall. Ruth, free fall. Yay, feels a lot lighter. God, self, other. Past lifetimes. Free fall? Free fall's feeling a lot better. Okay, let's check standing in your power. All right, standing in your power still feels heavy. Is this God, self, other? The level of self, is it mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, physical? So it's all levels there. Is there one area in specific that we need to be aware of? Standing in your power. Cellular memories, is it from this lifetime or past lifetimes? This lifetime. Is it from the womb? I get starting in the womb. Did you learn this from your mother? Okay, it's the mother again. Like, it's not safe to stand in your power. It was what you absorbed, took into your nervous system, your whole being. So we want to release these beliefs, energetic patterning from the mother, that it is not safe to stand in your power starting in the womb. I want to release these on a mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical level. Okay. Ruth, standing in your power. Feels a lot lighter. Let's check. There's something there though. God, self, other. It's other. Is this mother, father? It's a little bit on the father. So the father, also afraid to stand in power. Yeah. A lot of programming, diminishing. I just see like an image of a hand going like that, like control done to him externally in life. I'm hearing specifically as being a man too, like being a man, like control of the masculine in some way. Okay, so maybe there's a control of your masculine energies because of this. Is this right? Standing in your power. Yeah, okay. So these distortions, any and all distortions that you have absorbed from the father here, we want to call forward the soul contract agreement of these distortions around power, standing in your power. Dissolve, release, forgive, forget. Cutting the cords. Okay, father to Ruth, Ruth to father. That feels neutral, which is great. Ruth, standing in your power. Ooh, feeling a lot better, y'all. Ruth, I wish you were here, baby. Okay, well, where are we at on time? 32. I think I still have some time. Great. So Ruth being in free fall. Okay, there's another layer coming in. God, self, other. Layer of self, level of self, mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, physical. Is that from this lifetime? Past lifetimes? Parallel. I get parallel lifetimes. What is this lifetime? Okay, I just heard being in a parallel lifetime, you chose to be in a state of free fall, but the problem, the hook here, like preventing you from fully stepping into it, is this parallel lifetime, you are in a state of free fall, but you're not grounded in your power in this parallel lifetime. You're in a state of like disarray, confusion. You're not centered. So this parallel lifetime is hooking into the energy now and preventing you from free falling in alignment. So we want to call for the soul contract agreements of this parallel lifetime, free falling, disconnected from self source alignment. We're going to release, dissolve these soul contracts, cut the cords, calling all fractured parts of the self back. Release, forgive, forget. Transmuting with the violet flame, illuminating with Christ-like consciousness. Okay. Ruth, free fall. Okay, Ruth, free falling in alignment. Let's put that in there. Ruth, free falling in alignment, easily, effortlessly, trusting the next step. Okay, yay, that's feeling a lot better. Ruth, I wish you were here. Okay, for the final bit for Ruth, I'm gonna send her the replay so she'll watch it, but thanks guys for being here, whoever's here. For Ruth, I'm just gonna there's a quick detox protocol that I run through. So for Ruth, detox feels heavy, meaning her system just needs help with that. And what I do is helps the energy move. So your body, like, we're constantly taking in toxins, chemicals, etc. from our environment, but we want the system to be able to just like let it go easily and effortlessly. So for Ruth, detox protocol, leaving the system easily, effortlessly. Chemicals, neurotoxins. Neurotoxins feels heavy. Detoxing neurotoxins. Lymphatic system. Neurotoxins in, and they're not going out. So you want neurotoxins out easily and effortlessly. Pesticides, insecticides, a little bit on insecticides, herbicides, petroleum, poison, toxicity. All right, now for Ruth, I want to check separate, independent, emptiness, energy. Nice, those feel pretty good. Just want to check her astral levels 1 through 8. All right, there's a little bit of resistance I feel in like the upper solar plexus, lower heart. For the astral levels 1 through 8, what's going on here? Is this God, self, other? It's other. Psychic energy. Okay, psychic energy, and this is common for a lot of my clients too. Like, a lot of my clients are very psychically open also, and a lot of psychic energy is coming in and it's not going out. And that can feel very overwhelming for the system. I like to tell my clients to figure out, ask your highest self to show me my yes. And then see what a yes feels like in your body. And then say, show me my no. And then see what a no feels like in your body. For example, for me, a yes feels light and expansive. A no feels like a heavy sinking. And so for Ruth, when you're watching this replay, I want you to get in a habit of that. Maybe you already do this practice, but when right now you have a lot of psychic energy coming in and it's getting stuck in the system and it feels like a headache right now, we can get it so that the energy is moving more consistently in and out. But sometimes when you're psychically open, a lot of psychic energy that's really intense can overwhelm the system. And it's a time for you to check in and ask, after you said, show me my yes, show me my no, and then say, is this mine? And if it's not yours, you say, I release this energy. Do some kind of cleansing breath. Imagine it moving down into earth. Put your hands on a tree, put your hands on the earth, bare feet on the earth. Whatever you feel called to do is going to help you move and shift it. Intention is everything. So we want this psychic energy that's coming in to go out easily and effortlessly. Transmuting any blockages in the psychic field with the violet flame, illuminating distortion in the psychic field with Christ light energy. Okay. Psychic energy in, out. Fantastic. Chakras 1 through 8. Okay, I'm going to try to just move through the chakras first quickly because I think we're running out of time. Chakra 1, Chakra 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Transmuting any and all distortions in the chakra system with the violet flame on the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical. Illuminating all distortion in the chakra system with Christ-like consciousness. Application of corrections to the meridians. Okay. Okay. I believe that's 20 minutes now. I may have gone a little bit over, but that's okay. Okay, Ruth. So, yay. I'm so glad you need to hear that, Mariah. 100% drawn to this so much. Yay, Shauna. Oh, you're next. Yay. That was useful information about releasing the energy. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Like literally this, what I find is like this quantum field is a magic field for us as humans. And part of us shifting into this new earth is us realizing how much power we have in creating our reality. And it takes the awareness, the consciousness of releasing the old stuck patterns that are in the physical body, the emotional, the subconscious, the energetic body, the ancestral memories, past life memories, all of it. When we release the distortion, we can stand more fully as a channel of truth. And when you do that, the quantum field reflects it in real time. And it's magic. And we all have that ability and potential, 100%. Okay, so Shauna, you are up. And first of all, I want to disconnect from Ruth. Ruth, I hope you found this energy healing helpful. Please email me after you watch it. Just want to double check with Ruth. Free fall. Standing in your power. Okay, I want to just strengthen these connections. 100% acceptance. 0% zero rejection. Integration on all levels. Perfect. Okay, disconnecting from Ruth. Thank you. Shauna, let me know what you want to work on in your energy healing session. And then if anybody else is interested, these are $44 for 20 minutes. 44 US dollars. Yay. Thanks guys for being here. It was like so vulnerable for me to start doing this, and now I'm doing it and I'm really excited and it brings me a lot of joy and it's easy. I don't have to think, it just channels through. So yeah. Mariah, let me know. Not Mariah, Shauna. Let me know what you want to do for your session. If there's anything really up for you, I can just do there's a general clearing that I do for clients when I start doing the astral levels 1 through 8, the chakras, the detox protocol. Those are like what I normally move through at the start of a session. But if there's something that's really up for you and you want to work on, we can do that. Parents, abandonment, division, please. You're amazing. Thank you. You're amazing. Okay. I'm going to write those down. Shauna. Parents. Abandonment. Division. Is that a praying? Is that a praying? What do you mean by that, Sohaib? Am I saying your name right, Sohaib? Is that a praying? I don't know. My table's making a weird clinking noise if you hear that, or like, am I praying? I feel like I'm always praying. We're all always praying, aren't we? Abandoned myself, making myself small and being scared to speak up. Okay, thank you for saying that. Division, self-abandonment. Self-abandonment is the #1 thing all of us do. I learned that from Courtney Kairos, and Okay, so abandon myself, making myself small. Small, scared to speak up. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. My table's making this weird noise. Okay, Shauna. So let's begin. I'm calling in your highest self, your divine team. Thank you for leading, guiding, and my highest self, my divine team always. Thank you for leading, guiding, showing what needs to be cleared, shifted, brought to neutral in the easiest, most effortless, powerful way possible. Thank you for surrounding us with a golden white light of protection, removing any and all distorted light frequencies from the field of Shauna and myself in this now moment, all timelines, all spaces. Thank you. Okay, Shauna, here we go. All right, Shauna. I'm hearing to do your astral levels 1 through 8 first. Okay. And they're very heavy. So, is this the same thing as before with psychic energy? So, we want Shauna's psychic energy to come in and out. Release, forgive, forget. Okay, I'm getting cellular memories here where you, with the people pleasing, self abandonment. Okay, so for Shauna, the people pleasing, what I'm getting with the astral levels 1 through 8 is this psychic energy. This happens a lot for people that are sensitive and people pleasing, have people pleasing in tendencies. Oh, I'm feeling like all anxious and very like stopped up. So this, when I do these healings, I'm feeling the client's energy. So that's what's like this fight, flight, freeze, which is very normal for a lot of us. And I just want to express that because that's what I'm feeling. So with this tendency of people pleasing, there's a self-abandonment. And in the psychic area, you are so psychically open that you can anticipate and see the psychic needs, what they're feeling, what they're thinking, what other people, right? And you do this as a defense protective mechanism. Okay, yes, confirmation on that. And you've been doing it for a long time. So the cellular memories of where you learned this, did it start in the womb? Did it start from 0 to 3? I get from 0 to 3. You are so psychically open that you could feel that even your needs as a baby were overwhelming to your mother, to your father, to both. So this is not to make them wrong, to condemn them. It's just awareness of energy, right? Like they were doing the best with what they had at the time. And this is just a soul contract for you to have this human experience, to play this game of life, right? And they were not as well resourced at the time, and they were incredibly overwhelmed. And when they were overwhelmed and like feeling like they couldn't handle your needs, you internalized that as a level of self-abandonment and anticipated their needs as a baby. So we want to clear this trauma, this patterning of self-abandonment, people-pleasing from the astral realm that started from 0 to 3 in the cellular memories. Clearing CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder in the nervous system. Clearing all distorted energies from this trauma, from the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical levels of all moments in this timeline, this life with the mother and the father, all relationships, any application of corrections from past lifetimes, parallel lifetimes, future lifetimes. Okay, So now I just want to, oh, they were late teens. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. So now I want to check the astral levels 1 through 8. Okay, those are feeling a lot better. So that psychic energy in, out. That tendency, like a little bit of fear in the heart of releasing that patterning, because that requires, when we release that people-pleasing patterning, it requires this refocusing on the self first, right? So it's like, how do I feel, actually? Not how do they feel. That is a by proxy. You matter first, and when you tend to your needs first, they will reflect you honoring you in the quantum field. So releasing this fear, anxiety from the quantum field of the heart. Okay, it's feeling better. Astral levels 1 through 8. Chakras 1 through 8. Okay, let's move on to this. Your parents. Okay. Parents, mom, dad, both of them feel heavy. So abandonment. Abandonment with mother, abandonment with father. Okay, there's abandonment with both. Is this on a physical level with the mother, physical level with the father? Emotional, mother, father. I get both physical and emotional for both of them. Like physical presence did not feel solid. Emotional presence did not feel solid. So we want to, I'm going to ask your high self, Shauna, to help us right now to tag, clear, delete, release any and all memories of physical abandonment and emotional abandonment with the mother and the father from this timeline, all this life, all memories, moments of trauma in the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical, transmuting with the violet flame. Illuminating with Christ-like consciousness. I'm hearing entity attachment and the entity attachment like being a soul contract agreement of abandonment, which leads to self-abandonment because you expect others to abandon you and then you abandon yourself to prevent it. And it's this cyclical pattern that is like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because you're abandoning yourself, and in the quantum field, when you continue to abandon yourself, that's going to be reflected externally. So we want to, do we need to know how many entities there are for this? Okay. Yeah, I gotta guess. More than 100, more than 200, more than 300, more than 400, more than 500, more than 600, more than 700, more than 1,000, more than 1,500, more than 2,000, more than 2,500, more than 3,000, more than 3,500, more than 4,000, 4,500. Okay, it gets lighter there. So 4,100, 200, 300, 2,200, 50, 60, gets lighter at 60. So 2,250, 1, 2, 3, 2. 2,252 entities. All right, and these entities are anchoring in this belief of abandonment, belief that you will be abandoned. We want to call for the soul contract agreements with these entities, these 2,252 entities. We're going to dissolve, release, forgive, forget. Cut the cords, lovingly release, commanding you to leave. Okay, these 2,252 entities for abandonment. It's feeling a lot lighter. I feel something in the lower back on the right side. Is this God, self, other? It's other. Spells, hexes, curses, black magic. I feel a drop on that. Is this with mother, father? I get a yes on that. And like, so for everybody watching, a spells, curses, black magic, hexes, like these don't mean like hooded figures like doing rituals, all right? These can be just like cursing people. 4,252. Thank you. I like wrote it down because that'll happen when I'm doing the number checking. Ooh, you're right. But these curses, black magic, hexes are not necessarily people like sitting around and doing a ritual. It can be that, but it is also just people saying like, F you. I hope that you know, like our words are so powerful. So when people curse you, that has an energetic effect on us. Okay, so let me recheck then, because I was saying the wrong thing. 4,252 entities. Oh, yeah. Glad you said that, Shauna. Thank you. We want to call forward all soul contract agreements with the 4,252 entities. Release, forgive, forget. Dissolve, lovingly release, cutting the cord, transmuting all distortions in the self on the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical levels on all timelines. This lifetime, past lifetimes, parallel lifetimes, future lifetimes, and all spaces in between. 4,252 entities. Okay, I'm banishing you to leave. Thank you. I'm glad you caught that. Thank you. Beautiful bloom. Okay. I'm learning to speak up. Thank you for being a safe space. Of course. I deeply understand. Mom, stepdad, and biological dad. Okay, let me check that then. So with abandonment, mom, dad, stepdad. Okay, I do get stepdad. Mom and dad feel a lot lighter. I'm just going to try to do application of corrections that we've done to stepdad. Transmuting all distortions with the violet flame, illuminating a Christ-like consciousness. So for Shauna, mom, dad, stepdad. A little bit on stepdad. Not feeling fully accepted is what I hear in the heart space. And this is the core wound of not fully accepting yourself, is what I'm getting with this energetic hook here. So it's like that, you know, when you see someone that's like really confident and really friendly and kind, and you're like, oh, wow, and like you want to get to know them and like them. And then if you think about someone that's like doesn't accept themselves, doubts themselves constantly, it's this like as within so without with the quantum on a self level. So when you're in a space of like, I don't accept myself, there's going to be these relationships and these moments in the quantum field in life that reflect and mirror that back to you where there's not that acceptance. So we want to release this core wounding in self of not accepting self on the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical. Forgive, forget, release, transmuting with the violet flame, illuminating with Christ-like consciousness. And now this not accepting, feeling of not accepted from stepfather, is this his energy to you, yours to him? It's both. So we want to release this soul contract, calling that forward, anchoring in non-acceptance of other and self. dissolving the soul contract, releasing, forgive, forget, cutting the cord, lovingly release. All right, now I want to check in on abandonment. Abandonment, God, self, other. So it's an issue of God. And I just saw like before Sohaib, I don't understand those numbers. You don't really have to. I was just checking how many entities there were. Sometimes it matters to know, sometimes it doesn't. That's how many, when I check and I'm going up, when it has resistance, that's, yes, there's that many entities. When I got all the way up to 53, it was lighter, and that was like, nope. So 4,253, it was lighter, there's not that many. 4,252, there was heavy resistance. That means, yes, there are that many entities. And now on the issue of God, to explain that, God's source spirit is the divine spark of creation that exists within all things. And so for Shauna, this issue of abandonment right now, we're going to check in on God. So there's resistance, meaning there's an issue with God. And what I see in clients when there is an issue of God is this over externalizing of God's source spirit. Like, when we see in religions where it's like, oh, God is going to save you. No, God is not going to save you. You save yourself. And that is being in alignment with your divine will, as well as the divine will of God's source spirit externalized. So it's as within, so without. God within, God without. You can't just say like, oh, do it all for me. There is the element of us taking action and being in alignment with that. So over giving your power to God, source spirit, and this anger at abandonment. So we want to release, forgive, forget, and realize that the true wound here is abandoning self. And realizing that God is within and God is without equally. And it's this divine dance in the quantum field of following the inner divine guidance of God and the external divine guidance of God's source spirit. Forgive, forget, release. Anger at God for these moments of abandonment. There's also needing to come in this awareness of we come into these lives with soul contracts. And you signed up for this lifetime. We all sign up for our lifetime and the experiences that we go through. And in this now moment, looking at all of these experiences from as a detached observer and realizing you're here, you're doing it, this is the level up, this is you ready to move into full empowerment, embodiment of your authenticity, your truth. And it's starting now, and this is the snowball effect of you taking the action and the guidance forward. And that starts within, right? So the awareness that the abandonment is something that you signed up for on a life theme. So forgiving, externalize source God for abandonment, feeling abandoned. Forgiving God, source spirit for the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical levels of distortion here. All levels of this timeline, past timelines, parallel, future, and all spaces in between. Okay, abandonment, I'm hearing also on the mother's line and the father's line for the ancestral imprinting. So clearing that from the mother's, abandonment on the mother's line, mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, physical, father's line, and that imprinting on the energetics, the DNA. I just want to check in, Shauna, and see how you're feeling. Let me know, Shauna. A lot of times my clients can feel that energy shifting. I'm going to move through parents, abandonment, division. Get a little bit on that. Clearing any and all division in the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, physical. Self-abandonment. Okay, a little bit on self-abandonment. And this is the mind wanting to control this patterning of self-abandonment because it feels safe, right? Like that's what you've known to do your entire life. Like you learned to do that patterning as a baby. So we want to release this holding programming in the mind of self-abandonment. Release, forgive, forget. And the mental, and the conscious, subconscious, subterranean, illuminating with Christ-like consciousness, transmuting all distortions. Lighter, yay, good. I think we might be just at 20 minutes for you, but let me just double check. Parents, abandonment, division, self-abandonment, making yourself small, scared to speak up. Get a little bit on scared to speak up in the heart, quantum memories, past life memories, witch wound. Okay, let's just clear that. So any and all witch wound, persecution, times of being hunted for your powers, your beliefs, your speaking of the truth. We want to ask the superconscious self, Shauna, your superconscious self, to tag, clear, delete, release, rewrite any and all distortions of speaking your truth, speaking up in fear of persecution, being used, being abused, from the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, physical, all levels of this lifetime, past lifetimes, parallel lifetimes, future lifetimes, spaces in between, calling all fractured parts of the self back. Scared to speak up. Ruth, hi. Hold on. Scared to speak up. Okay, so Shauna, parents, abandonment, division, self-abandonment. It's feeling all a lot lighter. Shauna, let me know how you're feeling. Ruth, I did yours at the beginning, maybe like 10 minutes in, and I went for a little bit over, but I'm happy to like check in and a little bit live with you here since you missed it. I'm so sorry. I was trying to use my laptop when I sent you that first link, and I could not get it to like connect the live, and I had to go on my phone. Your heart is feeling more and more expansive. Yay, Shauna, thank you. Silence Sequoia. Jodi, do you have any resources for people that want to learn more about this technique to help our families? Would love to learn more, read more about these healing techniques. So what I do is kind of a mix of a couple different things, but the base root that my teacher learned in is Yuan energetics, and then it's been adapted a little bit from that and made it into my own. So I'm not like classically trained Yuan, and I've had like different insights from my spirit team to help me adapt it. So that would be a good space to like look and see. And then, yeah. Yay, Shauna, thank you. I've been fine playing guitar. Okay, good. Thank you, Jodi, and for others here for being here. Oh, Shauna, if you look in some of my videos, there's my email. Feel free to email me, and I'm just like check in the next few days. And Yuen, Y-U-E-N, Yuen Energetics. Okay, so Ruth, first of all, Shauna, I'm going to close out for you. Thank you so much. Mwah. You know, with everybody here, I always like to say any healing modality is going to shift energies, and it's never like a permanent fix. Nothing in life is, right? We're not going to do a meditation and be like, I'm good forever. Everything in life is moving through, and there's that aspect of when we get to new levels in our healing, there's different levels of awareness where we might still be stuck a little bit. And so there, you might need little like tune-ups in different areas, or but like for me, I say that if clients want to work with me and do like a full hour-long session or half-hour session, it in the beginning, when there's a lot of stuff built up, it might be useful to do once a week. It might be useful to just do every other week. For a lot of people, it's good to just do monthly. And then from there, you might be the type of person that needs one, and then you're good for a few months and you're like, okay, but it's maybe I need another one, or like doing your own resources. So you're welcome. Love you. Yeah, I'm so excited to see how this shifts for you. It's pretty powerful. You'll notice it in like subtle ways that you respond in your life. And yeah, like just having a different way of doing things from the old programming. And for anybody else here, I'm doing a live quantum energy healings for a group tomorrow at 12 p.m. Mountain Time, and that's going to be $33. And the topic that came through that we're going to do is releasing fear. And it's the quantum field. So if you can't be there for it, you can purchase the replay and say, yes, you're hooking into this healing energy. You claim it, and it is done. Okay, Ruth, I'm so happy you're here. So I was getting, man, when I'm channeling, I don't fully remember, but with free fall, like just checking in for you, Ruth on, Shauna off, free fall. Yeah, it's feeling a lot lighter. So I was getting like a lot of control from your mom, from within the womb, like she controlled, and the need for control, and then also her currently wanting to control you out of fear, worrying about you. Now that you're here, I'm just gonna see if there's anything else stuck that needs to be shifted. Ruth, free fall. It's feeling a lot lighter. God, self, other, the collective unconscious, programmed beliefs. You can't free fall. You have to do a system. You got to buy into this, like, ugh, I just saw us all in shackles, like, you know, this indentured servitude of like living your 9 to 5. So those projected beliefs from the collective unconscious, this distorted light matrix, onto you. Is this the collective into you, Ruth, or Ruth to the collective? It's a little bit both. So we want to release that from the collective, calling forward the soul contract agreement with the collective. Like, you're here to do it differently. You're here to show that as part of your path. So we want to release that soul contract, that projection of beliefs, forgive, forget, release. I'm hearing irritation, frustration with you at this, the matrix, like this distorted light matrix of the 9 to 5. 100% there with you, sister. Transmute with the violet flame. Illuminate with Christ-like consciousness on the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical. from all moments in this lifetime, past lifetimes, parallel lifetimes, future lifetimes, and all spaces in between. Crown. You feeling it in your crown? Ruth. Trust fall. I feel a little something in the heart right now. Oh, you've got a release in your crown? Cool. Yeah. Here for it. Let me know what you're feeling. I love hearing what clients are feeling release. Okay. What's in the heart space here? I'm getting a little bit of fear. Fear of the unknown. God, self, other, self. Yeah, that like programmed belief of needing to know, needing to figure it out. Release, forgive, forget. Trusting the wisdom in every now moment I'm hearing to tell you, like you, and that belief of control from the collective on all levels, this distorted light matrix, curses, hexes, black magic. So in every now moment, we are receiving sacred information, right? Like, if you feel called to like take a nap, that's the sacred information. When the mind comes in and is like, but why am I tired? Like, that's ridiculous. I shouldn't be tired. I need to get this done and that done and blah, 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 blah. That is us trying to control. When you feel called to sing, I know you sing, when you feel called to meet with a friend, when you feel called to go on a walk, like there can be the magical connections in the quantum field when you do those things. So releasing that control, the fear of needing to know, and allowing the trust fall. Ruth, trust fall, heart space. Yay, a lot's shifting here. Anything in the heart here, God, self, other. A little bit on other. Mother, father. There's a lot on mother here, hooking into you. All right. I just heard this like level of enmeshment where her heart energy is hooking into your heart energy, and it's not, it's not malicious. She just wants to help you. But it's coming from a place of fear. So we want to release the enmeshment. Your heart is your own heart. Her heart is her own heart. Forgive, forget, release, cut the cord. Okay, for Ruth, trust fall, heart, enmeshment, mother to you. All right, I'm hearing to clear this connection on the quantum with your mother and this like pattern of enmeshment from past lifetimes. Calling all fractured parts of the self back from these past lifetimes with mother, with enmeshment. Parallel lifetimes, future lifetimes, all moments in time on this lifetime, spaces in between. Transmuting with the violet flame, clearing this enmeshment on all levels, all timelines, all spaces from the mental, emotional, psychological, psychic, spiritual, and physical. Trustful. Mother's heart, your heart. How are you feeling, Ruth? I feel like, right about mom. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the validation. Sometimes, you know, I'm getting all this information and it doesn't make sense to me, but it's channeled, so I don't know it. Rooted. Like, do you feel rooted or you want to be more rooted? What do you mean by that? Feel rooted. Any advice for me? Oh wait, so you feel rooted, Ruth. That's great. This live will post to my YouTube page, and your healing is the first one I did. And then so you can watch back and see what cleared. But everything's feeling a lot lighter. And like I said, if you want to do another one in upcoming weeks, let me know. Crown to root cleared. Yes, queen. I'm excited to see what shifts for you and like, yay. Okay. Yay. Next week. Okay, awesome. Sweet. Let me know the best day for you. And if noon works, we can make that work. Yes, queen. Okay. So I'm gonna close out between you and I right now, and then we'll check in about a time next week for a live. So releasing, disconnecting from Ruth. Okay. Oh, for Ruth also in the beginning, same day, sweet. In the beginning, or at the end of yours, for the first part, I was getting like a lot on detox protocol, and that's just helping your system like release what no longer it needs to hold on to. But it was like neurotoxins, chemicals. So not to be an alarm, but it's just helping your system move it out. Irish Kev. Bye, Ruth. I'm so glad we finally got to connect and do this. Irish Kev. Any advice for me? I've recently moved into my new apartment and love it. Waiting a long time for it. Also broke away from a toxic relationship. A white witch, but very controlling and narcissistic. White witch? She sounds like a distorted witch. You know, like, that's where I get a little irritated with the spiritual community. It's like, she might be a white witch, but she's all like, oh, loving and light, and then controlling, narcissistic, and like, that's not, people in the spiritual community think that because they're light, they're all good. Like, everybody has the potential for darkness. Everybody has the potential for light. So I'm really sorry that you've been through that. Yeah. And advice for you would be like, get centered in yourself. You've got this, like returning to your value, your worth, knowing that you are worthy of love, but that means you love yourself. And like, where do you control? Where are you narcissistic to yourself, right? I've been in relationships that are also narcissistic and controlling, and I was controlling myself and not allowing me to be fully authentic. And that the work that I do, what I channel, what I bring through is as within, so without. So when we have these distortions within, sometimes on a very subconscious level or ancestral level that we've inherited, or past lifetime, parallel lifetime, it's more difficult to clear because it's such a stuck pattern. But you can chip away and shift and become aware of where you are distorting and disillusioning yourself, and then release and begin to become more in alignment with your authentic truth and self in this now moment. If that makes sense, Irish Kev. And if you'd be interested in doing a quantum energy healing, it's $44 for 20 minutes right now. Otherwise, I might pop off, you guys, because I want to make a video for YouTube and do a Mary Magdalene channeling. I'm hearing to bring something through there. So let me know, Kev, because I could potentially do one more, or we can do it another day. Hi. Did you hear me on that stuff? I have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. But if you're Irish Kev from Ireland, you might need to do PayPal. I'm half Irish. Very true. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty wild. Like when we start to realize the distortions that we hold within and how the people in our life mirror it back. And if you, it's also learning like being in our divine masculine, our divine feminine. You know, where are you when you're in your divine feminine? You're receiving, so receiving love, but that means you need to be in your divine masculine, leading and guiding yourself by showing yourself that you are worthy of love in the way that you deserve it, which is fully and completely, right? Love is not conditional, period. Just like you're not ever going to be conditional towards yourself. Like if you mess up, no big deal, dude. There is no failure, only feedback. It's just information. And that's life, right? So being gentle, loving, kind, and consistent with yourself, and leading and guiding yourself from a place of empowered truth, authenticity, then when you begin to shift and heal in that inner world, the external will reflect that with the right people, places, jobs, things, opportunities. And it really does work. And it can take time, but you can do it. Anyone can do it. I think I'm going to pop off here. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it's a process, right? Like that's not just like an overnight thing. You're welcome. I'm doing a group quantum energy healing session tomorrow. That's $33 at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. And it's going to be over Zoom, kind of like this, except just Zoom. And if you can't make it, you can purchase the replay. And there will be other ones in the future. So, and I'm going to be doing more lives like this. So if you guys feel called to receive a healing in the future, you can do it. Yay, love it. Thanks, Crystal. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, Irish Kev. Thanks, Ruth. The 5 who are in here. All right, over and out. Love ya. See you on the flip side. Bye.